been working on my game for almost an entire year at this point, and sometimes it's okay to spend over a year on your game, but at some point you have to move on. And recently, I've decided that I probably should. If you don't know, I've been making a roguelike deck builder about putting a weird twist on tic-tac-toe. The board sizes change, you can play squares and triangles, and you can equip rings. I'm not proud of my game, and honestly, I've spent too long developing it. And although within these last few months, I feel like I've finally found my love for designing the game, after about a year of constant disappointment, I've burnt myself out just a little bit. So, right before I say my final goodbyes to my somewhat beloved game, I'm going to tell you all exactly how I plan to release my game and sell it on Steam. First off, I'd like to mention to you that Nodosis is my first commercial game, and really kind of my first ever professional game. I've messed around with making short, small games on Scratch, and I've published a fishing game on itch.io called Freaky Fish, but last year, 2025, was basically my introduction into the solo game dev career, and most developers have had years of experience behind them, a majority of which include devs who have worked for larger studios, or uploaded smaller projects during the Flash era. And I'm sorry to admit this, but I was very young when Flash games were popular. Not only that, when I first downloaded Godot, I had almost no idea how to do anything. I didn't even know how the files on my computer worked. So since last year, I really did start from basically nothing. So even though I'm disappointed with my game, I think it's impressive enough that I somehow managed to make a game that functions, let alone a roguelike deck builder. So how do I plan to release the game? First off, I plan to release Nodosis this coming March 9th. I want to sell the game for $6 on Steam with a 25% launch discount. I'm still uncertain whether Nodosis is actually worth $6. I don't know if it maybe should be sold for $5 or $4, but to be fair, some mobile games nag you to remove ads for up to $10. So $6 probably isn't asking too much for a whole game. Secondly, I plan to reach out to as many people as possible to play Nodosis when it launches. Most of these people will be content creators, but if you'd like to play my game, I suggest joining my Discord server, and maybe I'd send you a free key. And lastly, I plan to update Nodosis here and there after the launch, so that maybe I'd be able to fix any bugs upon release and fit some new content in. However, eventually I do plan on leaving Nodosis alone, maybe 3 months after its launch. So how does this all look like on paper? Well, by the time this video comes out, Steam Next Fest should be just starting. And although I've heard around that releasing your game the week after the Next Fest is a bad idea, I've already decided I am going to release Nodosis March 9th. We'll just have to see how the numbers go and if what everyone says is really true. If I were to guess, I'd say that maybe 7 people will end up reviewing the full game, and I'll sell 210 copies on the launch week. Where did I get these numbers from? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Maybe I'd like to see how my estimates hold up. Anyways, that's it. I know my videos have been getting shorter and shorter, but I'm thinking I'd rather try and keep the videos compact and nice. If you liked watching, please like and subscribe. I'll see you later.